Next on Worcester News tonight, thunderstorms tear through central Massachusetts tonight, causing damage and cleanup. Plus, the Worcester City Councilor is looking to stop illegal dumping by asking the city to allow more access to dumping sites. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Severe thunderstorms moved through the area earlier tonight. Worcester was under a tornado watch for several hours. The storms did cause damage across central Mass. We begin in Millbury, where this home on Elmwood Street was struck by lightning. According to neighbors, the lightning strike went right through the vacant home and started a small fire. The fire was put out and there are no injuries reported. Along with the lightning came heavy winds. In Auburn, safety crews responding to a tree down on Central Street, the tree causing downed wires and power outages. Police say power could be out for several more hours on the street. They're also reminding everyone to steer clear and to not handle any downed wires. The wild weather also causing people to seek shelter. Worcester Country Club pulled golfers off the tees as a safety measure because the golf course can be a dangerous spot during a storm. Our Cam Jandro joins us from outside with more. Cam?
Done for a few hours, and it was only here for a very short period of time, right around 2 hours. But in that time, it was enough for the Worcester Country Club to shut down the course for the rest of the day. This sound means get off the golf course at Worcester Country Club, because being hit by lightning while on the fairway is not uncommon.
5% of all deaths and injuries due to lightning are on the golf course each year. That's high. That's really high.
Central Massachusetts saw lightning, heavy rain, and wind Tuesday. Bill Shaw is the club's general manager. A former PGA pro, Shaw once had a run-in with lightning while on the golf course.
And all of a sudden it came right across, hit on the other side of the fairway, lost a little hair on this side of my body, and ever since, that was back when we had metal spikes too, so that wasn't a lot of fun. So I'm kind of skittish now. So.
According to police, roughly 50 people are killed in the United States every year due to lightning. They say the best options are to stay inside, away from conductors like the shower or phone. Leicester Chief Jim HURLEY says his experience with lightning is still with him today.
One time we were out at an accident scene and lightning struck nearby, and you knew when it hit. It hit a transformer on a pole and blew it out, and you could hear it, and it's something you don't forget.
If caught on the course in the middle of a storm, Shaw says stay away from your cart and clubs and crouch down. And if you can't count 30 seconds between lightning strikes, it's not safe to be out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, that means it's, and as we speak, that means it's 1 mile away.
Now, the tornado watch ran out at 9 p.m. this evening. Here in the city of Worcester, the temperature has seen a significant drop in the past few hours, but the rain once again is no longer here and things are starting to dry up. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. Illegal dumping is a subject of conversation at Tuesday night's Worcester City Council meeting. Councillor George Russell says dumping on city streets is illegal, and the city should be doing whatever they can to catch the people doing it. He requested the city manager consider allowing people to go to the DPW facility on Millbury Street any day during the week without an appointment. He says any resident who wants to drop off large items should be able to do so for free.
I want to give residents basically an opportunity to get rid of things in the way they should be getting rid of it, and not be tempted to dump.
And that was for a fee. Councilors Soraya Rivera and Kate Toomey also supported the idea at tonight's meeting. A Worcester High School football program receives an important grant to help take better care of its student athletes. As our Chandler Walsh reports, Burncoat High will use the money to attract more athletes to play the game, as well as to keep them safe on the field.
The sound of helmet-to-helmet contact. Medical professionals and coaches are paying more attention to concussions.
Any concussion will make them more likely to have another more serious concussion down the road.
Player safety is important to football programs like Burncoat high schools. Head coach Rick Sincata says the team purchased 20 new helmets in recent years to make sure every player is properly fitted.
Being able to provide the kids with something that is going to protect them and make them feel comfortable on the field and, you know, want to come out and play and not worry about that, you know, that injury.
This year, the team is getting a little help. They're one of 4 Massachusetts football teams to receive a $3,000 grant from the Silvio Cella Foundation. The money is given to teams to purchase needed equipment and improve safety and playing conditions.
You put a kid in a new uniform, they're going to feel like $1 million. They're going to come out there pounding their chest. Look at what we got.
Rolly Perea is a nurse practitioner and a youth football coach. He says having updated and proper equipment helps prevent injury. And when it comes to protecting players from concussions and long-term brain injuries like CTE, every bit helps.
It's even the small head trauma, like a lineman banging heads from a short distance that can add up and possibly cause CTE.
Sincata says the grant will be used to buy better practice equipment. He hopes it attracts future students to choose to play for Burncoat.
See that we have new uniforms, we have new helmets, we're doing all these things to kind of to build our program and to build the camaraderie that we have here. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester Housing Authority receives a near perfect score on a national evaluation. The WHA is considered a high performer after scoring a 93 out of 100 on the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's most recent evaluation. It's an improvement of 2 points from last year. The Housing Authority is scored on things like the condition of the apartments, management systems, and the way they take care of their capital funds.
Team. It's a fantastic staff, fantastic team, and it really encompasses that it's a team effort in order for us to get this. It's not one individual that was able to get the 93 because it measures everything that we do at housing here. So we're really thrilled and proud of the scoring.
Being a high performer means the WHA can be eligible for more in capital funding, and they are in a better position for some HUD grants. A somber day at police departments across the country as they remember officers lost in the line of duty. Peace Officers Memorial Day also hitting home at 2 central Massachusetts departments. Our Brittany SCHAEFER has the story.
Flags are at half-staff at both Auburn and Leicester police departments as they remember one of their own on Peace Officers Memorial Day.
Obviously a special meaning to us, just losing one of our officers 2 years ago, and there's not a day that goes by that one or more of us doesn't bring up some memory of Ron.
To us, is very, very timely because of Officer Ron Tarantino.
Officer Ronald Tarantino Jr. was murdered in the line of duty 2 years ago next Tuesday. He was an officer in Leicester for 7 years before transferring to Auburn.
We'll always be thinking of Ron. There isn't a day that goes by that we don't think of him. But when you get to the anniversary of his death, that's a difficult day. That's a difficult day for the officers who worked with him.
Leicester Police Chief James HURLEY says around 140 officers are killed every year in the country. He says on a day like today, everyone should remember the women and men who died working to keep the public safe.
We're in a profession when some type of serious crime going on, when other people are going home to check on their families, the police officers are the ones saying goodbye to their families and they're going out to do a job.
Here's a person that's willing to put themselves out there and you killed that person. So I think it's overall it's a little bit shocking, I think, to society in general.
Auburn Police Lieutenant Scott Mills says it's the community's continued support which has helped them through a tough 2 years.
Whether it's the National Memorial Day or the Police Week, or we're always taken care of by our community, and our community was unbelievable, and they continue to be, even 2 years later.
Mills says the state will be dedicating the bridge over Swanson Road on Interstate 290 and a portion of Route 9 in honor of Tarantino on Monday. Brittany SCHAEFER, Worcester News Tonight.
A driver is revived with Narcan this morning after crashing on Route 9. The Westborough Police Department posting these pictures, saying the driver was unconscious when first responders arrived. It happened early this morning in front of the Target in Westborough. Paramedics administered Narcan and rushed the driver to the hospital, where she's listed in good condition. Fire Chief Patrick Purcell says Narcan administration is now a part of training for all firefighters and paramedics.
Narcan on pretty much every piece of apparatus that we have here at the fire department. The police department also has been brought up to speed within the last couple of years. They use it as first responders if they get to a call before us, but every police officer has been equipped to carry Narcan in Westborough.
The driver is facing multiple charges, including operating under the influence of drugs and negligent operation of a motor vehicle. A Worcester business owner is sentenced to 14 years in federal prison Monday. According to the Telegram, Kevin Perry was sent back to prison after admitting to financing his restaurants and other city properties with drug money. Perry owned The Usual and the Blackstone Tap. He was in prison in 2005 for selling ecstasy. Perry pleaded guilty in October for multiple charges, including money laundering and fentanyl distribution.